Hi, Lily Quinn here. I hope you can see me. I am going to show you a quick tutorial about how to make a simple neckline based on the size of your head. Okay, you would measure the circumference. I'm using this hat as a guide, the circumference of your head. And I've done that already, and my circumference is 24. Whatever your measurement, you're going to be using it to draft the neckline. So let's get started. Great. Okay. So I explained a little math over here. Hopefully it's not too much for those of you who don't care for math. All right. So it's actually a round figure, your head. It's not perfect, a perfect circle, but we work with what we have. Okay. So we use a perfect circle to calculate how wide your neckline should be. Okay, so the circumference, which is the distance around, has a formula, and the formula is pi d. D is the diameter, okay? The circumference is what you measure. When I measured mine, it was 24. And so this is the formula for finding the distance around a circle. So if that distance is 24, then it must equal the pi. Pi is a constant, and the d is the diameter. Okay, so when I calculated for for my diameter, it came to 7.64 or 7.5 about. And then I need the radius. This is more like the depth. How low do you go for your neckline? It differs from person to person if you want it deeper or you want it, shallower. But from here, my radius is 3.8, which is close to 4 inches. So this is what I did. I now come in here. Hopefully you can see. Okay. And then this is my ruler. I just mark 4 inches. Okay. Here and there. All right. And then I just keep drafting 4 inches all around. All around. If you had, a compass or something, you can draw it directly, but this is good too. So this is a quarter of my circle, because this is my fabric. Okay, I just folded it in two, and I folded it again. So I have my 4 parts, front and back of my fabric. Okay, this is cotton, and then I have my circle. Now, this is not the cutting line. This is when the garment is finished, this is where it should land on, okay? So now I put in my cutting line. This is the seam line, actually. So I put in my cutting line. My cutting line is about 3/8, okay, to a 1/2 inch away from the seam line, all right? So hopefully you can see that. Let me just use this to thicken it. 3/8 of an inch. If you don't know what 3/8 of an inch is, it's about this much. When you have a tape measure that has this metal thing here, it's actually usually sitting on the 3/8 mark. Okay, so 3/8 of an inch, it's like, that's the distance between the cutting and the sewing line. Okay, and then you grab your scissors and you cut through all thickness. Remember, you're not cutting on the sewing line, you're cutting on the cutting line, which is more like 3/8 away from the original hem. And then that's your neckline. Okay, that's your neckline. And if you want to determine a shoulder, then you need to know your shoulder across, your across shoulder and then you can locate your armhole over there. But that will be for another video. Thank you for watching.